my gang, that we on that. Free bands coming in, so we on that. Counting on the ranks, you know what I'm saying? Hopping on the whip, like, oh yeah.
Everybody, it's your boy Sportio in the building, man. Glad to see you guys today. Today we're going to do a quick restoration video and we're going to talk about a little bit of money. Talk about some side gigs, different money hustles you can get into in this recession. So we're going to chop it up. We're going to clean up the flu games, right? I had actually took these to the club the other day, and man, the facade, everything is good, but I had went into the bathroom. The bathroom was dirty, and this is what happened. So I got to clean the bottoms. I didn't even want to wear these in my house or in my car. When I got out, I was like, damn. So I'm just going to clean these up. The bottoms, the tops, just need a quick touch up. You guys going to watch me do it, and we can also talk about money as well. All right, so first off, as far as the money thing, there's a lot of different ways to make money aside from having like a 9 to 5. Like a standard 9 to 5, right? There's so many different other ways where you could be making a little bit of bread. And even in sometimes you can just quit your 9 to 5 and just do full-time these side hustles. Now, let's talk about a few side hustles in this economy that could make you a little bit of change, right? Some good side hustles. So let's talk about a few things. I realized there's been a big gain in people joining apps, basically where you can make money off of these apps, similar to like Uber, Instacart, Postmates, what's that called? DoorDash, Grubhub, Roadie, Spark, Amazon Flex. All these jobs give you the opportunity to make a real decent amount of money. The first sort of flex that we have here, Uber. Uber, I think, is a real good way to make money, right? Because with Uber, you can basically decide your own hours and you just drive around and make bread. Now, there's different kinds of Uber. There's the ride-sharing Uber. There's the Uber where you have to deliver food. There's Uber where you deliver packages. There's Uber where you shop for people. There's different kind of Ubers, right? So the collection of that, you could bring in at least $100 a day, guaranteed. $100 a day times, you say you do this about 5 times a week, which you probably end up doing it probably 7 days a week. But if you do it 5 times a week, 100 a day, that's 500 times 4, that's $2,000. That's $2,000 in income. And with the Uber, you could just do that literally during lunch and at nighttime. Nighttime being the best, you know, you could literally make $100 in a night just driving your car. You know what I'm saying? From 6 to 10 o'clock, Uber. You could easily make $1,000 a week with Uber, guaranteed. If you don't think so, then you living under a box. Now let's talk about another one, Instacart. Instacart is different than Uber a little bit. With Instacart, you basically shopping. You're shopping for people. So basically, you'll get an alert, or you'll look at a bunch of alerts on your screen on a map, and it'll say, hey, you got to go to CVS and buy 2 items, and we'll give you $20 to buy it and deliver it. Now, I like that. You just got to know how to work it, right? You got to get less items. You don't want to be going to Publix shopping for 40 items for $30. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to like Lowe's, get 2 items, $30. Get that done in 15 minutes, on to the next one. That's how you make $50 an hour. You heard? 50 an hour, 40 an hour. These are what these apps are bringing in. 40 an hour. I have a real good friend of mine. They do Instacart. You know how much they make per day? $200. $200 a day. Per month, if you calculate that, let's say they only do it 5 days a week, but I know they do it 7 days a week. Let's say they do it 5 days a week. 200 times 5, that's 1,000. 1,000 times 4, that's 4,000 a month. 4,000 a month off of an app, Instacart, 4,000. I know that for sure. You know, you see a lot of stuff on the internet talking about how people are making all sorts of crazy money. Yeah, it could be done, but there's a method to that. I'm just showing you how to get in, where you can make some little bit of income if you want. You can keep your 9 to 5 or whatever you do. But these are easy ways to get income if you just like, man, I'm at home. I just want money to be coming in. You could just literally go out, make $100, come back home, day over. So think about this. If you got bills to pay, say you down on your car, stuff like that, you can literally just hit the road. Use your car. Your car could be an asset. Your car doesn't have to be a liability. You could do these apps and turn your car into an asset. Yeah, you're going to put a lot of miles on your car, but you should be able to make enough where you can switch your car up, fix your car up at will. If not, then you're doing something wrong. That's one thing. If you're putting all these miles on your car and you ain't making enough, you taking the wrong orders, because they're going to give you orders that's trash. And it's up to you as an independent contractor to say, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm not going to take that. You know, so that's on you. You know, I ain't going to hold you. I'll be doing it once in a while. And if I do something like, say, for instance, with Uber, I don't be doing ride sharing. I don't be having people in my car. But say if I do a little Uber Eats or something like that, right? And you just want to come up on a little bread, you can just hit the road for the night, man. Make a quick $100. That's easy at nighttime. Make a quick $100, come home at 10 o'clock. So you do some little shit from 7 to 10. That's 3 hours. Make $100 and you're good. Because they tip bigger in the evening, of course, you know, obviously. You know, so with these apps, there shouldn't really be any complaining about money. I'm going to be honest. Unless you just so over your head in lifestyle choices that, you know, $200 a day is not enough. You feel me? I don't know. $200 a day is a good start to where you want to go. It could build you into something better, right? So you make $200 a day. Usually with this Uber stuff, you're going to do it like 6 times to 7 times a week. Average Uber, I'm not going to even say 200 because that was Instacart. Average Uber, I'll say 100 to 150 a day. So you make 100 a day, 7 days, that's 700 times, well, we're going to say 31 days. So that's 3,100. So 100 times 31 days or 30 days. So you make 3,000 to 3,100 extra in the month just delivering food. And believe it or not, y'all think that stuff ain't lit, man. You'll be surprised the people you run into that be doing it. You know, because there's a lot of money in it. And it don't matter what you got to do for the money. If the money adds up, then nobody gonna say nothing. So a lot of people put more respect into somebody that has like a so-called 9 to 5 making $30,000 a year, but they won't really put any respect on the name of a person that's running Uber, Postmates, and delivery that's making $50,000 to $70,000 a year, right? Because you got to think with the Instacart numbers, because Instacart is easier to hit 200 a day because you're taking bigger batches, $30, $40 a pop, right? These batches going to take you probably about an hour to do. And if you're doing it quicker, probably you could do 2 in an hour. So let's say you're doing $200 a day. $200 a day on these apps per year. Look at the math, man. $200 a day. So we have 30 days in a month. Let's say on average, 200 times 30 is what? 6,000? So you're making 6,000 delivering a month, delivering groceries. And these are not numbers I'm just making up. These are not numbers I'm making up. Download the app, see if you can get accepted, and see if I'm making it up. These are easy numbers. Or you can Google it. I mean, not Google it, YouTube. YouTube has people that do it, and I know people that do it. It's not like they lying to me. I know people that's Instacart and doing 200 a day. That's 6,000 a month. 6,000 times 12 is 72,000 a year delivering groceries. Think about that for a second. Driving around delivering groceries, you have your own schedule. You don't $200 a day, you don't got to go the whole day. You go the morning and you go the night. Morning you get the orders, nighttime you get the orders. Sometimes you get a few in the middle of the day. And depending on your market, man, you could explode. Like here in Boca, it's crazy out here, man. Everything get big tips. You know, you do Uber Eats, one of these things, you presentable, you do your stuff correct, man. They giving you $20 tips out here, bro. $20. No cap. $20. So you end up making a one trip, one quick 20-minute call, you end up making $20 to $30. Because the people are real generous out here. And it's real good. So it all depends on your market, of course. You know, it's kind of harder in the smaller towns. You know, but it's I'm going to tell you, man, you may want to consider it. If the boss at your job is getting on your nerves and you don't know where the next dollar is going to come from or this and that, I would suggest just jumping in that car and turning that car into an asset and making that car make you some money. You know what I'm saying? These things are so lit. You can literally buy a car off of this and just have it make money for you to make money for all the other cars you have. Right? You don't got to stress out at a 9 to 5. It's not, unless, don't get me wrong, if you got a certain skill that you have, like for example, restoring, people pay me to do stuff like this, so it's not really a 9 to 5. But say you have a skill like programming. You could program apps and stuff like that. And the 9 to 5 may be a good thing for you, even though I think that owning a business is so much better. But 9 to 5 for that situation, you make $100,000, $200,000 a year. Kari, do me a favor and shut the door, please. Shut the door. Make about $100,000, $200,000 a year. You know, running programs. So that's when it starts to make sense. But when you have these sort of dead-end jobs, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep your eyes open onto different money flexes. Kari walked in. Give me a second, Kari. My fault, guys. I'm here watching Kari. He's on his tablet. He just walked in. All right, so what was that? Yeah, man. So you don't want to downplay these apps, man. You don't want to downplay these apps. These are the apps that I would consider joining, that you just gotta join, even if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You just want to have it on ice, because you never know. You may be down on your bills and stuff like that. You're like, damn, I'm down $300. The bills due this week. You know, when I had to use my payment, emergencies came up. Just hit the road. That's what I say. Hit the road. 2 days, you get that money. No worries at all. 2 days, you get that bread. Worries gone. Then if you don't want to, you don't gotta hit the road again for another while. You know what I'm saying? But I highly suggest you get accepted to these apps, because there's a waiting list. You can't just join these apps and get accepted and start driving the next day. Some of these apps, they're gonna have you waiting for like 2 months, a month, because during a recession, a lot of people gravitated towards these apps because of no jobs and, you know, the essential workers sort of thing. So a lot of people made a killing, believe it or not, driving for Uber, Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, because a lot of people didn't want to go out. So a lot of these guys made a killing. I'm talking about $100,000 a year killing during the pandemic. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Numbers don't lie, bro. I always say like this, man. If there's some people that will do things for free, and some people that will do things for a cost, right? If you have a dog, you're gonna clean up the dog boo-boo and all that for free, right? But then there's somebody that puts a cost on it, right? Same thing for shopping. So you could go and be like, man, I'm gonna shop for free. That makes no sense. But then there's somebody that's gonna be like, yo, I'll pay this guy $30 to do the shopping for me, or whatever, however the algorithm works with these apps, right? So the numbers do not lie. They add up. That's the thing. They add up. They add up quicker than a 9 to 5. They add it quicker than a 9 to 5. You do 10 hours doing Instacart, you're gonna guarantee about $250. And 10 hours, believe it or not, is not like a grueling 10 hours in a 9 to 5. It's not. It goes by so quick. When I mean it goes by so quick, it's like you don't even know where the time went. Because one, you're driving. Two, you're seeing a whole bunch of new things. Like you're driving to places that you've never been. You're seeing things you've never seen. You're getting inspired, motivated by houses, cars. You know, sometimes I ain't gonna lie, when I be doing the Uber Eats, I be pulling up to cribs, Phantoms. I mean, that's because of where I'm at. Phantoms, Maybachs, all that. And I told you, these guys be tipping. You get an order for $10, you like, all right, I'm gonna take it. But I know these orders for $10 give extra bread. By the time you get your tip, you done made $30 off that order, because these guys will give an extra $20 tip. An extra $20. You don't even, like, people be giving big tips. So it adds up. Next thing you know, you like, damn, I done made $150 for the day, and you want to keep going, but you like, I got the kids at home, you got the wife at home. Freak, I just got to call it a night. You know, it's one of those situations where you want to keep going, but you just got to call it a night, because at the end of the day, it's like, damn, the money's coming in so quick, but I got family to support. Not even to support, to be with, because you're supporting the family, no doubt. But you got people that you need to be with, that want you to be there for them. But aside from that, let's look at the bottoms now. So I took away all the trash off the bottoms, right? Next step, Magic Eraser, right? So let's talk about the different apps now, the different names, right? So everybody knows Uber. Uber is the main, they have the biggest share, the biggest market share, right? The biggest market share. So everybody knows Uber. I think Uber is easier to get accepted to. You won't have to be on a waiting list or anything like that, right? At least from my experience. But you never know. It depends on your area. You know, some areas they be like, man, we got too many Uber drivers in your area. You gotta wait till you get an email. You know, that's the unfortunate situation. These things are easy money, but it's not easy access. So I highly suggest you get accepted to as many of these apps as you can. That way, when you run an Uber, you could turn off your Uber. If no orders are coming in, run Instacart. No orders coming in from Instacart, run Grubhub. You just have a whole bunch of orders and money coming in from everywhere. What I mean everywhere is, it's actually ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. When you know where the money's at, man, it starts to just flow. And with these apps, if you know where to be, the right spots, the right areas in your area to be, man, the money just starts flowing. You be like, damn, it doesn't even stop. But when you're doing these things, I always say like this, man. It comes with there's a stigma, you know what I'm saying, to it. A lot of people are like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Alright. You ain't doing that, then what you doing, my boy? Because like I said, the numbers don't lie. So you gotta think to yourself, man. I could sit here and think on a $30,000 a year level, trying to do this 9 to 5, pleasing his boss. Because that's what a lot of people are doing, believe it or not. They on a 35 to 45,000. Not even, some people are like 20,000, man. You go to some of these, most commercial shops that you see, the workers are making them only about 15,000 a year. 20,000, the most, 24,000. Because you got to think, a good, like if you got a $15 per hour job, let's throw that in the air. We're gonna say 15 per hour. Let's say you work 8 hours a day. 15 times 8. What's that, guys? So that's 120. 15 times 8 is 120, right? Working a 9 to 5 at McDonald's or any $15 job. So you stuck at your job, right? You got $15 an hour, right? And you're making 120 a day. You work 5 days a week. 5 days a week. That's $600. $600, right? We'll do, for simple math, I'm not going to do 600 times 52. We'll just do 600 times 4, which is 2,400. And we're going to do 2,400 times 12. So 2,400 times 12 Let me see. What's 24 times 12? That's 8. I don't know. I think that's like low 20,000s. 24 times. I gotta grab a thing. My mind just. But regardless or not, man, you could do the math. 24 times 12, man. 24. So 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 10. Yeah, so that's roughly about 25,000, 24, somewhere around there. 28,000. I don't know. It's not 30,000. I don't think it's 30,000. It's not 30. I think it's like 28,000 or somewhere around there. 25. And think about it. 9 to 5, McDonald's or any of these shops, man. Most jobs, yo. Most jobs. You're getting about 40,000, man. And you stuck there. You stuck there, man. At least with the Uber and all that, you ain't stuck there, man. You could do whatever you want to do. You're driving around, enjoying life. Oh yeah, look at these now. Much better, huh? Much better. You're driving around, listening to music, nobody on your back. You know what I mean? Much, much better. Nobody on your back, none of that. So I highly recommend doing things, like looking into these apps. So there's the apps that we have here. There's Roadie. I'm not really a fan of Roadie. There's GoPuff. GoPuff, basically, you go to a warehouse. They'll pay you like $9 an hour just to be logged in by the warehouse. Then when you get a batch to deliver, they give you like an extra $3.50 per batch. And then on top of that, they give you get tips and all sorts of other stuff. So on average, the GoPuff driver makes about 30 an hour. On average, 25 to 30 an hour. That's with GoPuff. But it's a different kind of business model because you always got to go back to the warehouse to get orders, right? Which means you always sort of going to make a round trip if you decide to go back to the warehouse. Because you can always sign up. Once you're done, you can just sign out and be like, I'm done. Take your 2-hour pay or whatever plus the trip. You make like $60, $70 and you're done for the day. But if you want to go back, you got to go back to the warehouse. So it ends up being a round trip. So you end up doubling your miles. You know what I'm saying? So you want to keep that in mind. That's GoPuff. That's similar to like Amazon Flex and Walmart Spark. Walmart Spark is pretty cool. Basically with Walmart Spark, when somebody puts in an order through their Walmart app, all you do, you get the order. When the order is ready, you'll get the order on your phone saying to pick up the order. So all you got to do is pick up the order at one of them curbside pickups. They'll bring an order to you and you deliver it to the shopper. Usually just to do that alone, that one trip, Walmart usually pays about $25. Right? So just think about it. Right? So that one trip. And you can do multiple, you know what I'm saying? But I always say you want to have multiple apps because orders, depending on where you are, it's not like the Walmart Spark app is just going to be busting. You're just going to be getting orders. Nah, you're going to get an order, you do your thing, then you jump on another app. Do a few things. When you get another order, you jump back on to Walmart. You go back to Walmart, get the money, and then that's how you just have the money start accumulating. You have money coming from different apps. So we said the GoPuff, we said the Walmart Spark. Those are round trips. Amazon Flex. So Amazon Flex, that's when you see people in regular cars come up to your crib and they deliver Amazon packages. That's what that is. They basically use their car, they go to the Amazon warehouse, they deliver the packages, and then that's it. The only thing about the Amazon Flex, which I'm not really a fan of, is that they give you a 4-hour lot period. Like, all right, you coming into work between 12 to 4, right? Which is not really you coming into work between 12 to 4, but that's what you scheduled. So when you get there at 12 o'clock, which you have to be there by 12, they'll give you enough batches to last you from 12 to 4. So you could finish it earlier, you know what I'm saying, which is good, or, preferably not finish it later because everything is supposed to be scheduled to the customer at a certain time. I'm not really a fan of that because they could have you leave the city to deliver a package because the package has to be at a certain location for one time. Then you gotta come back to deliver the package back in the city, and then they may send you back out. It just ends up you don't even know where you're gonna go before you get the packages, basically. So I ain't a fan of that. I gotta know where I'm going and how many miles I'm putting on anything before I go anywhere. Amazon Flex, Walmart Spark, GoPro, Frody. All right, next one. We're gonna lump these three together: DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. Right? Those are all food delivery where you just go to the store, pick it up, deliver. Right? Those are popping, especially Uber Eats and they all popping. You just want to get all of them because you could easily make about 100 to 200 a day just doing that, and you don't have to put a lot of hours. You just gotta know where to go and when to work. Now, another thing, the next one is Instacart. Instacart, basically, you do the shopping. You shop. They'll send you the list to the app, and you gotta go to the store, whether it's Target, CVS, Lowe's, anywhere, whatever store they send you, and you gotta shop for the items. You shop for the items. And then basically you deliver the items to the customer, right? And then when you deliver the items, that's it. You get paid. Now Instacart has bigger payouts, right? So with Instacart, you'll get a $50 trip. You get a $40 trip. The only thing you gotta be careful because these $50 trips, you could be going to the grocery store to buy 70 items. You don't want to get caught up like that. You want to get like a $30 trip where you gotta buy like 3 items. $20 trip, you just buy a liquor bottle. That's a $20 trip because they'll have you buying liquor bottles, and liquor bottles give higher payouts per item. So you pick up 2 bottles and they'll give you $25 for picking up those 2 bottles and dropping it off at the customer's house. Trust me, as crazy as it sounds, that's just what it does. If you have the app, then you already know. Instacart, and that's really the major ones. There's others, but I'm not really too fan. The ones I'm really a fan of is the Instacart and the Uber. Not the rideshare Uber, but the Uber Eats. Uber Eats and Instacart. Those are my top 2 picks. And with those, I think you should be financially free. I really believe so. I really believe so because if you're making $200 a day, and you only working, and you ain't working harder, you working smarter, which means you working lunchtime and dinner time. You don't gotta do all day, every day driving. You work lunchtime, which is 10:30, 11 to 2, 1:30. You're done. You do whatever you gotta do. Then dinner time, where you make your most money, is from, you can start 4:30, right? During rush hour, 5 o'clock. Hopefully your area, your rush hour is not too bad. And then you end at like 10 o'clock if it's the weekday. If it's the weekend, you could push it a little further. But that's guaranteed. And the weekends, you're going to make the most money. And another thing I forgot to mention, aside from the payouts that they give you per trip, they actually give you these bonuses, man. These bonuses come in clutch because, believe it or not, these bonuses are a lot of money. I'm talking about you complete a certain amount of trips. Say they'll be like, all right, complete 50 trips, we'll give you $200 extra. 200 extra just for completing some trips you was already completing. You know what I mean? As crazy as easy as it sounds, it is easy. You just gotta get accepted to these apps. What I'm gonna put a link to my Uber invite, and I want you guys to join, man. Join the movement, man, because there's a lot of money being made out here. Free money. That's what we call it, free money. But what you think about the sneakers, guys? Remember how they looked before? So this is how they look now, guys. Pretty good. Just gotta wipe up the stuff. Show up after effects. Alright, guys, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys, man. I like the last video I got. I actually did the best, man. I think you guys really like the Telluride content, man. Think I might have to do something bigger. I don't know. We'll see. But I appreciate, the watches and the likes. I really do. keeps me wanting to go harder and go further, you know. But I just wanted to share some jewels with you, man, because there's a lot of money out here being made, and you just want to be a part of it, man. Even if you don't do it, you just want to have it just in case, because you don't want to be in a bad situation, then be like, let me do this, and then they like, no, you gotta wait a month before you could be accepted. Or you twiddling your thumbs hoping to be accepted and they don't accept you for 6 months. So you want to just have these things now. That way, when you feel like making a little bit of extra money, or if a situation occurs where you have to make some money, that should never really be a reason where you have to make money, first of all. You know, that's just bad decision making. But it is what it is. We're all humans, you know. We're victims of choice and decisions. So at the end of the day, if you come in a situation where you have to make money, man, I would suggest you jump on these apps ASAP. Get accepted. That way when that situation arises, man, it ain't going to really be that bad. Because you're going to be like, I got a way that I could make a quick $100, $200 real quick. And it turns into a small thing versus you having to ask people and beg for money. Talking about, I'm gonna hold you down. I'll give it back to you when I get it. I'm gonna tell you about that. When you start asking people for money, they're already looking at you like, how are you gonna pay me back if you don't have the money now? If you don't got the money now, how are you gonna pay me back? Right? That's the thing. That's why when it comes to lending people money, I don't lend people money. I just give it to them because I don't want to be beholden to them not giving me the money back, and then it messes up relationships. So I just be like, man, you need this here. Take that. And that's it. That's it. Because I don't want to have to ask for something that's mine from a friend. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that they can't do it. Because I already know if you ask me for something, that means you don't got the capability to get it done yourself. So I'm going to hold you down, but that's just going to be a gift. That ain't going to be something that I owe you. I don't like that. I don't like that. Unless it's like a business or something. If you need a favor for your apartment rent and stuff like that, I'll give you the bread. But if it turned into a reoccurring situation, I'll do it once. But twice, nah. That's why I say you guys gotta jump on these apps, man. Never be that guy that gotta send a DM or Instagram somebody for some money, man. Don't want to be that guy. You lose respect, man. But, man, I appreciate you guys spending time with me on this beautiful Friday morning. Sneakers are basically done. It's a done deal, guys. Compared to how they look earlier, it's a done deal. Wearable again. I was like, man, I can't even wear these in the house. Now they Gucci. All that stuff off. See how quick that was? And I had a good conversation with you guys. Like I said, man, like and subscribe. I'm definitely doing a giveaway. Gift card. I'm still doing it's gonna be Target, man. I don't think I'm gonna do GameStop because GameStop is just phasing out everywhere. Every time I turn around, GameStop is just gone. Another store is just gone. So I think I'm just gonna do Target or Walmart or something that everybody can have access to. Walmart, everybody has access to that. So I might do something along that line. I'm thinking like a $50 card. I might do 1 or 2 people giveaways. I might do it on my Instagram, which is Sporty's World. So I'll do the giveaway on my Instagram, but the people on my YouTube will be allowed to join. As long as you join my Instagram, then you should be straight. Sporty's World, SPORTYZ space world, WORLD, Sporty's World, just like the page. Or actually, Instagram, I think it's together or something like that. But you'll find it when you type it. But that's it, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy, and we out. Peace.